I've been getting asked about moon rocks a lot lately. It must have something to do with it being summertime and a lot of people just having extra time, flour, concentrate, and keef on their hands or something, because everybody's asking me about moon rocks lately. And look, I get it. They're fun to do every now and then. It's not something you really want to do every day, but moon rocks can be a pretty fun smoking experience. But does smoking moon rocks get you higher than smoking regular bud? Well, the short answer is yes. Obviously, it's flour. You have concentrate and keef on top of that. And if we're simply comparing gram for gram, yeah, you're getting way more cannabinoids, way higher from the moon rocks. But it's a little bit different. It's not as easy to smoke. It's not as clean, and you might have to smoke it a bit longer. Now, if you're not sure what moon rocks are, I actually uploaded a full tutorial on how to make moon rocks to that green video website. If you check my link tree in the description, it's right at the top of the link. Go follow me over there on that site and learn how to make moon rocks. But the TLDR for moon rocks is that you got a little nug of flour, you covered it in concentrate, and then you sprinkled some keef on the outside. Typical ratio is about 70% flour, 20% concentrate or oil, and then 10% keef or hash on the outside. Now, moon rocks from dispensaries are like notoriously not great. A lot of times they just use really good keef on the outside, and they're hiding just bad buds under there. Because you're coating it in oil and keef, you can't see the bud in there. And let me tell you, they're not picking out the best buds all the time to cover them in oil and in keef. But if you make them yourself, you can handpick the buds, you can handpick the concentrate, you can handpick the keef. It's really fun. Fun to make, fun to smoke from time to time. Not an everyday thing, like I said. Not something I grab for an everyday sesh. But like every once in a while, it's fun to bust out the moon rocks. I uploaded a video of me making them. I have an old video of me smoking them somewhere. But maybe if this video gets like 1,000 likes today, I'll do a moon rock stream soon on Twitch where I just make and smoke some moon rocks. But because moon rocks are kind of a blend of three things, you can use different concentrate and keef, different flour. You can use a variety of different things. You really can get like a nice high because you're getting more cannabinoids, more terpenes than just one of them at a time, right? I have said many times, you'll probably get higher if you just do the dab separately and smoke the flower separately. But maybe you don't want to do all that. Maybe you want to inhale less times, put them all together, and try to smoke it all in one go. I've had my fair share of moon rock bowls, moon rock joints, and they hit for a long time. They last a bit longer. If you have a lot of oil on there, that makes it smoke a lot longer. Like a typical size bowl that would only take you one hit might take you 3 or 4 hits if you got moon rocks, if you got the oil and keef in there. When you light your bowl, the flour is really flammable, right? It lights almost instantly. But if you ever tried to light a bowl with a bunch of oil on top, that oil needs a little bit more time to melt and bubble up and vaporize. So if you like bong rips, you want to hit something forever, moon rocks are not a bad way to go. There's different ways to grind them up. You don't really want to put them in a grinder, especially like the more oil they have on them, they just get messy. If you ever seen like trimming scissors, or I got like a small pair of scissors on my lighter bro here, this is typically what I've used for moon rocks. The last several times I used this exact pair of scissors just to cut it open. Sometimes when you cut little chunks of the moon rock off so it's a little bit easier to burn, you do get a lot of oil left over on the scissors, but I can just kind of scrape it back. They're kind of messy. They're not perfect. They're not super clean. I have recommended to people before, make like if you want to have the moon rock experience, make a deconstructed moon rock in a bowl. Just put the flour in there, put a little bit of oil in there, put a little bit of keef in there, and you can approach it hit per hit. If you're like, dang, it really took a long time for that one to get lit, there might be too much oil in there. On your next moon bowl, on your next deconstructed moon rock, you could put a little bit less oil, maybe a little bit more keef, because that burns hotter than the flour. I do like moon rocks. They're fun to look at. They're cool in pictures, but at the end of the day, they're a little bit messy. Shoot, if we hit 1,000 likes today, I'll just make some moon rocks soon, and we'll get messy with it. Either way, come get high with me on Twitch. The smoke sessions every night at 9 p.m. Eastern. 7:10, I'm doing a 12-hour smoke sesh, 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. July 10th. Come get high with me on Twitch. And if you want to hear my favorite and least favorite ways to get high, check out this list right here. I go over a bunch of different smoking methods.